Hello, I'm Tom Bailey, and in today's episode, I'll be getting to know Wes Schaeffer, who is the sales whisperer. He's a copywriter, sought-after speaker, and marketing automation expert, as well as the author of 2.5 books on the topics of sales, marketing, and CRMs. So, Wes, hello, and a very warm welcome to today's episode.
Thanks for having me.
Thank you so much. And just out of interest, whereabouts are you in the world right now?
Southern California, a little town called Murrieta.
Fantastic. Thanks so much. And I just want to share a little bit more about you before we do get started. So Wes is also the host of the Sales Podcast and the CRM Sushi Podcast. And he helps his clients to grow by mastering the overlooked truth in life that to make any sale, you must make every sale. The title for today's episode is The 5 Proven Steps to Make Every Sale. And Wes is going to show us how to do those in just 7 minutes. So no pressure, Wes. Question number 1 is, who are your ideal clients?
So for me, it's, motivated salespeople. So those carrying a quota, it's their sales managers that are looking for not even better training, but training. A lot of sales managers have never had sales management training, right? They were just promoted and thrown into the position. And small business owners. So those that understand, the success of their business is dependent upon them getting the word out and making sales.
Yeah. Okay, perfect. And when you think of your ideal clients then, before they work with you, what's typically the biggest challenge that they're facing?
So it varies a little bit. The individual salespeople, they don't know how they are different from their competitors. They don't know how to prove that they're unique. I always say you prove you're different by being different. But my inbox is flooded, LinkedIn and cold calls and whatever, with just the same pitches. They're copying what everyone else is doing. They think that automation is the key to everything, so they must automate everything. And it's just, when you only have a hammer, everything looks like a nail, right? And they're just bludgeoning the masses and just trying to make it up in volume. So that's just killing the salespeople and the business owners. They don't know how to market. They don't understand the importance of marketing.
Yeah, perfect. So I think you've absolutely covered the challenge and the impact that this can have on them. So the next question from me today is, what is one piece of valuable advice that you might give to somebody to really help them solve this problem?
So that's where the whole, 5 proven steps to make every sale comes from. It typically, everyone is familiar with funnels or with pipelines, and, you got to fill the funnel, you got to fill your pipeline because there's going to be leakage, and, throw enough stuff against the wall, something that's going to come out. The problem with those is that they're fine to a degree. They're fine as part of your planning, but they are one direction. Okay. And they don't take into consideration referrals and testimonials and how the cyclical nature of sales and relationships really are. So in the 5 proven steps, I talk about, instead of being a pipeline going left to right, a funnel going top down, it's a circle, right? Put it like a clock, A, B, C, D, E, go around clockwise. And so it's attract, bond, convert, deliver, endear. And so when you realize that how you treat someone in the beginning affects how you connect with them, affects how the sale is made, how you then deliver and delight and endear yourself, ends up affecting how those people can attract more of their friends and family to you. Got it. So when you don't see this as in its entirety, the entire sales and marketing life cycle, then you act very narrowly, very close-minded. You're focusing too much on the sale instead of the relationship. And that's why you're always struggling and fighting for your next dollar.
Yeah, makes complete sense. And like I said, when we automate, when we take out that personalization and authenticity, it is just like you said, that volume game that you're playing. So out of interest then, what is one valuable resource, or what is something that you could share with people to help them get started in solving this problem?
So, one that's simple is, the sales agenda. So the salesagenda.com, it helps. It's hard for people to think holistically when they're fighting for every scrap.
Yeah.
So the sales agenda helps you where you are right now. Okay. It's a piece of the whole, but it's hard to do the whole in the beginning.
Yeah.
By following the sales agenda and taking control of your current opportunities, you'll be calmer, you'll be more confident. The sale will happen more readily. Bigger sales will happen more readily, faster. Okay, which will start to give you some breathing room, because if you're panicking, you can't dive into the bigger picture, right? So that's why I start with the sales agenda, and it's free. It's the same thing I've been using for 15 years to close business around the world. I've done deals with Google, with Dell, with major companies, and my local chiropractor. Okay, so it works. So get that tool, go through the video, go through the PDF, refine it, make it your own, start applying it. And as you have more success, leverage that, right, into applying it to the more comprehensive ABCDE model.
Yeah, completely makes sense. So that is thesalesagenda.com. What I'll do, Wes, is I'll drop that into the show notes so people can click that and they can dive right in and get started. So like you mentioned, you've worked with everyone from the local chiropractor up to Dell and Google. And across that journey, what would you say is one of the greatest either learnings or mistakes or maybe even failures that you've made either in life or business? And what did you learn from it?
Well, overall, the mistake I made repeatedly, because I'm just a knucklehead, is thinking someone else had what it took, like that they were better than me somehow. They had some type of insider knowledge that I didn't have, and putting too much of my money and trust in them rather than myself.
Yeah.
Okay. If you've got an extra $5,000 or $10,000 or $20,000 laying around, invest it in yourself. Find a good mentor, find a good program. If conferences start coming back, attend those you think you need, but make sure that you go to truly learn, not just go to socialize and get drunk.
Yeah.
So invest in yourself. The world is changing quickly. The internet makes sure that things change quickly, but then everything else that's now happening in the world is changing even faster. So invest in yourself. You've seen the old adage, the devil whispered, "You can't handle the storm." And I winked back, "I am the storm." Okay. Yeah. Nice meme, but do you truly believe that? Right. So invest in yourself so you truly are the storm, so you can handle whatever comes your way. Okay. And by throwing money at things that you don't understand, if you can't explain it to a fifth grader, you shouldn't be investing in it.
Yeah.
Okay. So invest in yourself.
Yeah, I completely agree. One of the best investments you'll ever make is that self-investment. And the last question from me today is, what is the one question that I should have asked that will also bring some great value to our audience today?
What is the number one job of a salesperson?
Yeah, great question.
We'll keep this, rubber meets the road. And it's not to sell. It's not to make proposals. It's not to negotiate. It's to prospect. Okay. If you're not putting yourself out there, you're going to be clinging on to every deal, even though you shouldn't. Okay. You're caving, you're giving in, you're giving concessions, you're losing sleep because you're hanging on to these deals because you haven't done what you need to do. And that's to prospect. Your company is not going to give you enough deals. They're not going to give you enough education. So again, going back to investing in yourself so you can put yourself in front of the right people. I always hear salespeople, "Oh, I'm great when I get in front of a qualified prospect." Like, well, whose job is it to get in front of that qualified prospect?
Yeah.
You're not working at McDonald's. Yeah, McDonald's just, "Would you like to supersize that? Would you like to add an apple pie for an extra $1?" Okay, those are order takers. If you're a professional salesperson and you want to be paid a professional salesperson's wage, understand your job is to get in front of people and disqualify them quickly so you can find those that you can truly help.
That's great advice, Wes. I'm sure that'll land really well for people. So thanks again so much for your time today, for coming along and sharing such great value in such a short time with our audience.
Hey, thanks for having me.